This is a conversation with Indian media legend Roshan Abbas. He's a slasher by profession, which means that he's a radio presenter slash TV anchor slash event manager slash entrepreneur, storyteller, and many more. Some of his most notable achievements include a long stint as a radio presenter at All India Radio, Times FM, and Radio City, hosting popular TV shows like Public Demand and Family Fortunes, founding Encompass, Glitch, and Commune, and also directing a Bollywood movie, Always Kabhi Kabhi, under Shah Rukh Khan's Red Chillies Productions. In this conversation, which just flew by, in between his amazing stories and impressions, we also ended up discussing being a jack of all trades, Lucknow in the 70s and the 80s, and its history, its culture, its food, poetry, his childhood, directing a Bollywood movie, and also storytelling. A small message: my country, India, is currently going through one of the worst COVID surges to date. I have family that's been affected by it, and just due to the sheer numbers, almost everyone I know has a first or second degree connection that's been seriously affected by COVID. If you can help in any way, whether through leads, donations, support, or any other form, please do so. If I can help in any way, whether personally or through this platform, please do reach out to me. In the meantime, I hope these conversations about love, creativity, inspirations, or just the beauty of life can help people, if even for an hour, get their mind off the constant tension, anxiety, pain, and suffering. For all of you who are suffering and have lost someone close to them in this spike, I would like to dedicate this poem to you. All you who sleep tonight, far from the ones you love, no hands to left or right, and emptiness above. Know that you aren't alone. The whole world shares your tears, some for 2 nights or one, and some for all the years. This is no time. If you like what you see, then do hit subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify, or rate 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. This project takes a lot of my time, money, and effort, so if you like to see it continue, do consider making a small donation on Patreon. And thank you to the people who continue to do so. For other forms of love and support, you can follow this channel on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or Reddit, or follow me personally. And now, it's no time. In Gaurav Kapoor's Breakfast with Champions, when Kapil Dev was asked about Sachin Tendulkar, he said that he was far better than what he performed. He still had more talent. And I found that a very powerful statement given everything Sachin Tendulkar has achieved. But I also feel this statement applies to you in a way. You are a slasher by profession. You've achieved success in so many different fields that many people spend an entire lifetime trying to achieve success in, whether it's radio, television, entrepreneurship, media, events. But looking at you, it also feels like there's still a fire inside and there's something more and something big to come. Since we love stories on the show, in a way, there's still a chapter that needs to be written and a big one at that. So, at your current phase in life, maybe from a third person's view, do you feel the same way?
I actually do because I'm like a curious child. I look on every day as a new beginning. I look at the fact that there's something new and exciting around the corner. I believe in the why nots more than the questions that people have brought into life, which is wise. Many people just sort of shut themselves eye to themselves to possibilities because they get stuck in the but why would this work and why would this happen? I'm the why not person. I'm the but why will it not work? Why can we not do this? Why can we not try this? So to me, I think that there's not just one chapter. I mean, I think there are many chapters waiting to be written. So I guess I'm just halfway through the book.
Right. So, you are a slasher by profession. And yes, we are talking about a serial killer at this point. Top secret. For a person who wears many hats, I'm pretty sure you struggle with this question quite often because I also struggle with this question quite a lot. Is that when you do many things at one point, there is this doubt in your mind that you can become good at something, you can become great at something, but to become truly legendary at something, you have to give it that time and effort. And if you look at a lot of top athletes, musicians, actors, they all give it so much. They're obsessed with their craft. You look at Virat Kohli, he's obsessed with cricket. Or if whatever you've read about Shakespeare, Beethoven, Mozart, they've given it that time and effort. And the trade-off is that while you may become legendary in that field, only people who follow that field might know you. But if you do multiple things, then you might have a chance of reaching out to more people. So there's always that balance in the end. So what would you prefer? Because it feels like you have this innate talent for storytelling. Have you ever thought that maybe if I just focus all my energy on this one field and try to become the Amin Sayani or storytelling in that sense, would that be better for me, or would it be better for me to try and focus on multiple different things and do it all together?
No, I think that, again, see, for the longest time, the world was about putting people into boxes, right? You're a chartered accountant, you're a writer, you're a doctor, you're an engineer. Being what is a slasher, or today there's a phrase that is used in the creator economy a lot, which is you're a multi hyphenate, right? There's a hyphen after every word. And people are fine with that. You can be a podcaster by night and you could be an engineer by day. You could be so many different things, and you can be great at all of them. This thing that, oh, a particular talent requires 100% concentration. I think the jury's out on that, because I do know that for a fact that when you gave Shakespeare as an example, Shakespeare was a poet and an actor and a writer. He turned out best in his writing, but even his poems, when later people discovered that he was writing so many sonnets, he wasn't a bad poet. Now, if he had not attempted poetry, maybe he would never try dramatic writing. If he didn't get on stage and understand what it was to be in theatre, maybe he would never become a playwright. So I think that there are phases we go through in our life. So number one, this fear. I have a friend who was in Singapore and she was working in an airline, and then one day she went and said, I want to work in hotels. And the person who was in charge of her interview was like, but why? Why do you want to do something different? You're so good at this. And she said, because I want to try something different. As human beings, we whet our appetite in so many different ways with what we consume. If we are so varied in what we consume, why can we not be equally varied in what we create? And so I prefer this dabbling in 100 things and from time to time giving my 100% to something. When I wrote Graffiti, the play, way back in 97, I gave it my 100%. Right? It was highly successful. When I did my first stint at radio, both stints at radio, when I did Khanak in my second stint, I gave it 100%, which is why I won the awards for it. In my first stint, when I came up with Livewire at a time when there was no talk shows on Indian radio, and I was like, but why not? Why can I not do it? And they were like, but if you get caught, if somebody says a wrong word, I said, tab ki tab dekhenge. But I went into it. And at that time, I gave it 100%. When I set up Encompass, in building a great team, I gave it 100%. So I think some people are like that by nature. I'm pretty certain that Virat, with his legendary concentration and with his power, look at Kapil Dev. You gave Kapil Dev as an example, right? Not just a great bowler, also a great batsman. Not just a great bowler and a batsman, also a great captain, all different skills. And finally, a great golfer. I mean, if you go and play golf with Kapil Dev, oh my God, I've seen him on the golf course. He's phenomenal. Today, as a keynote speaker, great again. As a commentator, great again. So why must greatness tie you down to just one thing is what my question or my rebuttal to what you said would be.
Have you watched the movie Whiplash or Black Swan?
I have, yes.
So that movie also has a commentary on this where the artist is very good. Let's say he's a very good drummer. And then the coach is so toxic towards him that in the end he becomes so obsessed with trying to prove him wrong that he alienates himself from family. Obviously, that's an extreme case, but alienates him from family, from his girlfriend as well, and just thinks about drumming every single day and becomes this personality that is obsessed with it. And then what the coach says in the movie is that that's the only way you will be remembered in life. So clearly you don't agree with that.
No, also see, I make a little bit of a distinction between a performer who is an instrument in someone else's symphony, in someone else's play, right? You're a paint on a canvas. Be the best paint, be the best green you can. But as a creator, right? You're doing so many different things that you need to have. Yes, you need to at that moment have that single-minded concentration, but you cannot not be in tune with the world around you and know, oh my God, that's also happening. So the difference between a performer and a creator is a very distinctive, difference. Beyonce is not just a singer. Okay, let's give a more, my daughter listens to Billie Eilish. Look at the Billie Eilish documentary. Is she only a singer? Not at all. She's a social commentator. She's a filmmaker. She's an Instagram influencer. She knows how to shoot better than most people who are shooting her videos. I was wondering, why didn't she shoot all of them herself? Right? When she did her own digital concert, she knew more about many of those things than other people did. So I really feel that today the multi-hyphenate slasher creator is going to be at a much better stage in their life.
So when you mentioned you need to be tuned with the entire world at the same time, it reminds me of this dialogue Puck had in A Midsummer's Night Dream, where he said that I am that merry wanderer of the night. I think it applies in this case.
Incidentally, let me tell you that Puck has a very important role to play in my life.
Oh, surprising.
When I was 4 or 5 years old, my mother had given up her education midway to have her children. I mean, this was the 70s, right? And she wanted to be a doctor. She couldn't be that. So she was a secretary at a college. And then one day, in the middle of just being a secretary, she decided to take on the challenge of being a creator. I mean, not a creator, but to educate herself. So she said she's going to do her bachelor's, and my mother went on to do her bachelor's, her master's, her PhD, her D.Late, her law. Till the age of 50, my mother was only studying. Now, at that point in time, in her course was Midsummer's Night's Dream. And we were very young. So at night, I used to tell my mother saying, tell me a story. So I grew up listening to Midsummer's Night's Dream explained to me by my mother. So Puck to my mother was, beta, he's the Nibu Nichod. Because, he used to take the love potion. So mere dimag mein Puck was always Nibu Nichod. And it stuck with me as a character. So maybe today you've just given me a new definition of where this all starts. Thank you.
Probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Sharaj, thank you.
Yeah, anytime. This is what the show is for, actually.
Fabulous.
So you've mentioned your childhood, and I want to dive into that for sure. But before I ask you the first question about childhood, I have a short verse from a poem here. So can I indulge you?
Please, go ahead.
Okay, so this is a verse from a poem called Wo Kamra Yaad Aata Hai by Javed Akhtar. Do you remember the first verse, actually?
बिल्कुल.
Do you want to say it?
Yes,
I think it'll be better.
why not? मैं जब भी जिंदगी की चिलचिलाती धूप से तप कर, मैं जब भी दूसरों के और अपने झूठ से थक कर, मैं सबसे लड़के खुद से हार के जब भी उसे कमरे में जाता था, वो कमरा याद आता था. आई थिंक मैं जावेद साहब मुझे कई बार बोल देते हैं कि आप अपने वर्ड्स मत जोड़ दिया कीजिए. मेरी बहुत बुरी आदत है कि मुझे वर्ड भूलता हूँ तो मैं अपना लगा देता हूँ, लेकिन वो तकरीबन वही है. तकरीबन 90% आई एम करेक्ट.
Sentiment is right.
हाँ.
Bilkul. Working on from that poem, I want to talk about Lucknow and your childhood. So let's assume I have this time travel machine and I can go back to Lucknow in the 70s and the 80s. So what would Lucknow look like to me? What would an average day look like? Or another way of phrasing this question is, Roshan Abbas को कौन सा Lucknow और कौन सा कमरा याद आता है?
बहुत सारी चीज़ें याद आती हैं. इनफैक्ट इवन टुडे व्हेन आई गो बैक टू लखनऊ, the unique thing is that I have my roots there, and being in that city rejuvenates me even now. So I was describing this at my workshop in Dubai day before to people who didn't know me, and I said, how do I explain Lucknow to them? So I said, Lucknow was a city that was so lazy and so laid back that people used to wear a white kurta pajama because they didn't even want to indulge in choice. कि कौन choose करेगा? It was a very funny way to say it, but Lucknow was so laid back. Lucknow was this cultural melting pot where तमीज़, तहजीब, अदब, एक दूसरे को जैसे गंगा जमुनी तहजीब बोलते हैं, which many people are now trying to destroy in their own ways. But it was really that. हमारे घर के सामने जब होली होती थी तो गुजिया वहाँ से आती थी, और रंग लगाने को आ जाता था. My father would very very grudgingly put a little bit of color because he just didn't want to have a bath afterwards and things. हमारे यहाँ ईद की सवई जाती थी. And while all these things were going on, the other thing that used to happen was that you were brought up in an environment which was culturally so rich. Morning shows of English movies on Sundays with indulgent chicken sandwiches at quality restaurant. A school which was a palace. I mean, I keep saying, I said, if you've seen Hogwarts, you haven't seen La Martinia. La Martinia is bigger than Hogwarts, honestly. It has a golf course. It has a secret passage from the school all the way to the residency. It has cannons. It has a ventilation system, which is because the four central pillars of our school are all the way down to the water level. It's like air conditioned naturally. तो इतनी खूबसूरत जगह है. And to come up in that खुला environment, आपकी सोच भी खुल जाती है. You have such open thoughts. Never was there this gun to your head about, oh my God, you got to be a great student only. Yes, I was a great student. But I was also enjoying equally the joy of doing theatre, being part of sports teams. And I was a horrible sportsman. I was the guy who thought that football में हर गेंद को head करना होता है.
I thought you were better than Ajay Jadeja in college.
Better than Jaddu, हाँ, but see, वो तो हमेशा field पे होता था. But see, all of these guys they're legends in their own right, and but in college when I went to college in Delhi, I was this whole debater shibeta. But Lucknow gave me wings in a way that my parents being educationists, and my father was very strongly atheist. And when I say I mean, I don't think he wasn't negative towards religion, but he had, I remember a शेर from a very young age. घर से मस्जिद है बहुत दूर, चलो ऐसा कर लें, किसी रोते हुए बच्चे को हंसाया जाए. Right? Humanitarianism or humanism was a bigger religion taught to me as a child. And मैं जब घर से निकलता था तो सबसे पहले एक हनुमान मंदिर आता था, मुझे याद है, हम उसके सामने ऐसे करते थे। थोड़े आगे जाते थे, गुरुद्वारा आता था, फिर हम ऐसे करते थे। फिर एक चर्च आती थी, मॉस्क तो आती नहीं थी, तो हम तो उस रास्ते से निकल जाते थे। सो दिस वाज द जॉय ऑफ अ मल्टीकल्चरल प्लूरलिस्ट लखनऊ, वेयर एवरीथिंग वाज लेड बैक। हर चीज़ जो थी वो एक चाय की कप में सुलझ जाती थी, दोस्तों के साथ बैठ बैठ के। और I unfortunately lost him last week, but Elton D'Souza, my vice principal at the time that I was in school, later the school principal, my English teacher, my dramatics teacher, my debating teacher, all of these, he was instrumental apart from my parents in making my life, because my parents said knowledge is a key that life will give you, which education and all these extracurriculars will give. इससे कौन सी चाबी से क्या कौन सा ताला खुलेगा, don't know, but keep this very precious to yourself. So knowledge meant everything to me. My way of cutting through everything was knowledge. We were not the richest, but we were the richest in knowledge. Our wealth was knowledge. We were not the richest family. We were a nice, middle class, educated, happy family, nuclear family, sister, brother, parents. And then in school, there was Elton and there was Mrs. Savale and, all my teachers. This morning, in fact, Miss Rupa Singh, one of my very young teachers when I was and, she still remembers me and she'll still say, Beta, you made us so proud. But they were such wonderful people. And teachers, parents, I think, are the biggest influence in your life and they define who you are. So that was my Lucknow. लखनऊ के बारे में एक शेर है, और मैं कभी कभार जब लखनऊ में शोज़ करने जाता था तो मैं स्टेज पर जब पहुंचता तो मैं ये शेर ज़रूर कहता था कि खुदा आबाद रखे लखनऊ फिर भी गनीमत है, नज़र कोई ना कोई अच्छी सूरत आ ही जाती है।
अच्छा।
तो और इसका मतलब ये नहीं था कि खूबसूरत लोग हैं, हंसमुख लोग हैं, खुशहाल लोग हैं। Genuinely the city has always got a set of people who make you believe in optimism, in goodness, and I still find them there.
There's a whole debate about nature versus nurture. But it seems like you would put Lucknow and your school and your family as a very big component of why you've achieved so much in life.
Absolutely. See, nature, yes. There are certain genes that are programmed in you. I have lost most of my hair and I'm trying very hard to grow it all back. But I lost it because my grandfather also has the same gene. Now, that's a nature thing. I can't change that by nurture. Right? My mother could have put lots of hair oil, etc., and maybe given it 10% improvement. But nurture is what makes you use what nature gave you to its best advantage, right? You could athletically be very good, right? You had the genes of an athlete, but if your parents told you नहीं भागना नहीं है, पढ़ाई करनी है, तो आप क्या करते? तो इसलिए मुझे लगता है that nurture is very critical. And honestly, to anybody, if they are listening, watching, please give your children that indulgence, that nurturing of saying anything is possible. Anything is possible. My daughter is 13, my younger daughter. And she came to me the other day and I said, what do you want to be? She says, you've shown me so many Broadway plays. I want to be a Broadway performer. And my first thing was saying, what? Lovely, fabulous. Rather than, ये क्या बात है? ये क्या सोच रखा है? Because, वो ना से ना बहुत लोगों के सपने मर जाते हैं।
इसमें फ्यूचर नहीं है,
हाँ,
पैसे कैसे कमाओगे?
और ये, और इसमें माँ बाप का एक प्यार ही होता है।
Of course.
लेकिन वो प्यार बेचारा बड़ा नेगेटिवली आ जाता है। And that's what I keep telling everybody, saying, I remember I went to Allahabad to a Rotaract Club meeting and I spoke to the Rotaract Club in an evening dinner. Now, the parents got very excited. And the next morning, they called all their children to a school auditorium saying, "Ki Roshan will come and speak to you." So I entered that place and I said, I'll tell you what. Firstly, are you creative? Are you not? I gave them a set of 20 questions. I said, answer these. Maybe you'll understand, are you creative or not? I said, now after that, can you have a creative career? So, all the children were looking at me with expectation. And I said, your parents sitting here, they are the people who are most keen for you to be something that gives you a salary. Because unfortunately, they've been brought up in that era ke boss, naukri, safety, job satisfaction, bhul jao, pehle job ki safety dekh lo. Right? So I think a whole bunch of people went around doing things that they didn't want to just for that job and that security of a salary. So I was in Allahabad and I told them, I said, I can tell you that every kid in this room, if they tell me what creativity defines them, I will cut them a 25,000 rupee check for the future today and tell you that this will be something. Will you then give them the chance? And many parents said yes, because their fear was this, कि कमाओगे क्या, करोगे क्या. My parents said the same thing, Shalaj. When I went to, I wanted to be a doctor. Loved biology. Even today, I'm a quasi-doctor, not on WhatsApp. बट विद माई फ्रेंड्स सुन ऐसा करो, टर्मरिक की
Yeah.
लॉसेंज ले लेना
Yeah.
और जिंक की टैबलेट ले लेना और गर्म पानी से गागल कर लेना और कॉफलेट ट्राई जरूर कर लेना. बट सो आई हैव दिस हाफ. But it was because I had found books on biology which were not the Dignam, Datta, etc. books that people knew. They were MBB Roberts talking about a functional approach to biology, which said that, boss, all cells start the same, but some of them go into this format and some of them go into this format. I was not talking about photosynthesis, but Black's reaction and Hill's reaction, because the way they were explained was so beautiful. So I loved it. 95% up, right? Suddenly, theatre se ishq, stage se ishq, डिबेटिंग से एंड अगेन हिंदी प्ले भी कर रहा हूँ, हिंदी डिबेट भी कर रहा हूँ, इंग्लिश प्ले भी कर रहा हूँ, इंग्लिश डिबेट भी कर रहा हूँ, क्विजिंग भी कर रहा हूँ, जैमिंग भी कर रहा हूँ, वेस्टर्न म्यूजिक में गाना भी गा रहा हूँ, सब कर रहा हूँ, हिंदी गाना भी गा रहा हूँ. तो एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर स्टेज पर जाके दैट एडिक्शन ऑफ एन अपलॉस, दैट एडिक्शन ऑफ एन ऑडियंस. So one day I remember I went to my parents and I said, do you really want me to sit for the CPMT exam? And my poor parents, sat back and so I said, see, I can do this and I know I would do this well. But I love the stage much more. And my convincing argument was, देखो मैं जितना अच्छा डिसेक्शन कर लूंगा फ्रॉग का, फ्रॉग ताली नहीं बजाता.
That validation that was
Right.
attractive.
And my parents just smiled. My father actually went and got his passbook. And I talk about this very often. And he said, बेटा देखो मैं बहुत ही उसूलन जिंदगी जी है. I'm a very idealistic person. I have never taken a bribe. I have never made an extra rupee. So I have only this much money. Now this money is meant for your sister and for you. इसको आधा आधा डिवाइड कर लो. इस पैसे में जो हमारे पास है, I can indulge you as much as you want. But after that, I don't have a rupee. I'm not going to sell my house or do anything because I'm not that person. Security is very important to me because I built my own life. But till this extent, जो करना है कर लेना. But इसके बाद 1 रुपया मत मांगना. So what it did was that it actually gave me this beautiful base to say, what? यहाँ से निकलेंगे. ये मेरा ticking time bomb पीछे चल रहा है. घड़ी जो है वो चल चुकी है. So when I reached Delhi to do college, and my parents were like, go and figure college on your own. They didn't accompany me. They said, you go, you're confident enough. I went. I said, oh, that's St. Stephen's, that's Hindu. Their cutoff is 80. I had done badly in my 12th suddenly because of many reasons. And I had a 79.2 as an aggregate in my best of 5. अब यहाँ कट ऑफ 80 था तो मैं अगेन एंड मेरी बीवी मुझे कहती है कि तुम उसूल से इतना चलते हो तो मैं जाऊंगा ही नहीं अंदर. आई डिडंट इवन गो. I said, but why would I even go and talk to someone if that's 80 and 79.2 मेरा आया है. मैं इधर घूमा, हिंदू कॉलेज में एंटर करा. जेपी ककारिया was the teacher. He looked at me. I showed him my debating certificates. He looked at me, he had a big smile on his face. He says, you I will admit. And I went into college. And I didn't even have a hostel room. For a year, I stayed with various hostelers, 2 months with one, 2 months with the other. Now people could say, oh my God, what a harrowing experience. No, it was a great experience. I met somebody who was from the Northeast. I met somebody who thought he was an opera singer. I met somebody who was a footballer. I met somebody who lived from, was from Siliguri. It was, and I mean, my next roommate was somebody who was from Bihar, Patna, and is still one of my dear friends. So, wo experiences se zindagi bani. And I think that was this whole leap of faith that I took. And my parents used to keep asking me, like at the end of college, I remember my mother sat once and said, "Acha beta, now college is getting over, what next?" I said, Mom, Sanjay Ray Chaudhary. Fun fact, Sanjay Ray Chaudhary is one of the co-founders of TV18, which became Viacom 18, right? And one of the most creative people I knew. He was in my theatre group. And he and another friend of his called Gajendra Singh, Gaj and he were in MASCOM, Jamia. So वो जब प्ले के रिहर्सल पाते थे वो हमको बताते थे, oh my God, today we are making this film. I know, and we shot with our friend. उनका फ्रेंड कौन था? क्लासमेट SRK.
Yeah,
Right.
senior. Yeah.
तो ये लोग सब साथ में थे. अब ये कहानियां सुन के आप कहते हो क्या बात कर रहे हो, बहुत अच्छा, lovely. So I went and immediately took on. My parents said, क्या करोगे? ऐसा MASCOM जाऊंगा. I didn't even know there is a second course. People said, how did you get into MASCOM? I said, I didn't know there was any other course. I went to MASCOM. I sat for the exam. I went to the interview. I promise you, in that interview with everybody, that entire board was short of applauding because, I was a theatre guy. I knew stuff. And it was just such a joy to do that. 2 साल बाद फिर मेरे मामा ने पूछा, अच्छा बेटा अब क्या करोगे? तो ऐसे देखो, स्ट्रीट थिएटर कर लिया, प्रोफेशनल थिएटर कर लिया, मैसकॉम पढ़ रहा हूँ, रेडियो कर लिया, हमारे एक रेडियो टीचर हैं, शायद कुछ इस पे कर लूंगा. And I did one street play which Usha Albuquerque, who was a well-known newscaster, she came to.
You do a great
shoot.
impression of her also, I think.
I actually did. Yeah. She called me and said, Roshan, would you indulge us by doing an episode of our show अच्छा, इंग्लिश वाज सो परफेक्ट। मैं एकदम ऐसा, यस मैम,
Yeah.
ठीक है, पैसे कितने मिलेंगे? you know, and she said, we can't pay you too much, but we can pay you 2,500. I said, 2,500 रुपए, 4 एपिसोड महीने के 10,000 रुपए. And most of my batchmates were earning 5,000 rupees as editors. So I said, yes, battle one has been won. And I started doing that. But a month into doing that show, I realized that that show was not me. Now again, I could have got stuck into that. इतने 10,000 रुपए मिल रहे हैं बॉस, चुपचाप करते जाओ. पर खुश नहीं था. और अगर खुश नहीं हूं तो मुझसे नहीं होती चीजें. तो ऐसे यार खुशी नहीं मिल रही. So I went up to Usha and I said, ma'am, I'm really sorry. I can't do the show. What do you mean? I said, ma'am, I'm just not feeling it. She said, but Roshan, it's ZTV, it's such a great opportunity. I said, ma'am, opportunities will come, but I'm not feeling it. So she was like, okay. And she's so indulgent, so loving, because she used to almost be like, and all these people were senior. So for her, it was like this young boy who's come, who's half mad, who's saying, मुझे show नहीं करना after getting a show on ZTV. और आज के ज़माने में अगर वो होता, Shalaj, then we would have possibly been blacklisted. But that time, it was early days. So मैं radio चला गया. And I got onto radio in my own crazy, crazy way, which is another story.
You're also someone who's very interested in poetry and spoken word. Well, the question would be, do you think it's inevitable that if you're from Lucknow, you will have a love for poetry? Because it feels like poetry is in the essence of the city, whether it's in the Awadhi architecture, the Rumi Darwaza, Imam Bara, or in the Urdu language. It's just got this very lyrical, whimsical cadence to it. And of course, it's very poetic at its nature itself, or directly under the influence of great poets like Mirza Dabir, Mir Anis. Do you think if I was from Lucknow, it would be impossible for me to not love poetry?
I think you would definitely be a dabbler. So honestly, I very often say this. I am a connoisseur of poetry. I'm an enabler of poetry. I'm a very small poet myself. मैं बहुत पहले बहुत कुछ लिखता था. अभी भी हाल फिलहाल में pandemic में I had written one poem in English, I remember. I wrote a couple of poems in Urdu and Hindi once, long. And again, as I said, I'm that creator who suddenly indulge one side of him. But what happens is, again, see, you're in an environment जहाँ पर मुजफ्फर अली हैं, right? And Muzaffar Ali, in my growing up years, had just made Umrao Jan. So Lucknow was suddenly this beautiful, what is this gorgeous place called Lucknow? Which nobody had discovered. And Umrao Jan की poetry, और अगर Umrao Jan की poetry पता करनी है, तो साथ साथ आप जो कह रहे हैं कि भाई इतने सारे और poets हैं, जावेद अख्तर लखनऊ के बगल से ही हैं, ठीक है, जानिसार अख्तर उनके father, कैफी आजमी, so there are so many associated people in, and see, then it just spreads, because UP में तो इतने poets थे और इतने writers थे, and possibly because the arts were deeply encouraged. See, Wajid Ali Shah was a big, the entire Nawabs were all very indulgent of the arts. And for that reason, everything there was encouraged. Bahadur Shah Zafar himself was a poet. So he encouraged people. So I think that you need that if you see in the Chola dynasty, they were very fond of architecture, which is why all the great temples came up at that point in time, right, down south. Similarly, when the Mughals were here, they were also very passionate about building. So look at the monuments that they had built. So I think there is always this, every place has it. But yeah, the short answer to what you said is yes, you would have definitely had an affinity for the arts and poetry for sure.
When we're talking about UP in the 80s, were you involved in Kabutarbazi?
Not so much. I do remember that when we used to go to old Lucknow houses, when we were very young, तो हमको छत पे ले जाया जाता था, वहां पर कबूतरबाजी होती थी.
So I think we should define what is Kabutarbazi first.
So basically many families used to have pigeons as pets. And they would have these little places on top where there would be small khanas, which almost were like squares, in which the pigeons used to sit all day. And we used to go up as kids and feed them. And everybody, and I constantly remember that sound all over that place. That sound used to be there. And people used to have these, you would have seen this in Shatranj Ke Khiladi, you would have seen this in Junoon, the film, etc., where there is a lot about this kabutarbazi. The people would fly their kabutars, and kabutars would actually have to travel a certain distance. I don't remember the exact, because there were various contests that used to happen, but it was an indulgent art.
That's not something you used to do.
No. I just remember as a very small kid having seen lots of these, particularly in old Chowk का जो area होता था, वहां पर जो घर थे, वहां पर बहुत दिखता था.
another UP question. Do you prefer the UP style aloo ki sabzi, khasta kachori, puri or Lucknow ke kebab?
Kebabs any day यार. वैसे मेरी because you know जिस लेन पर मैं था that lane was a lane where there were just गलौटी कबाब की एक दुकान थी जो टुंडे कबाब बोलते हैं फेमस लखनऊ का एक चौक में था एंड अमीनाबाद में भी खुल गया था एंड यू नो व्हेन आई वाज ग्रोइंग अप माय मदर was a very DIY mother, right? So she used to take me in the evening and like I can tell you even today I pride myself that if you take me to a vegetable vendor I can get you the best vegetables because my mother taught me कि एक बैंगन को कैसे देखते हैं कि बैंगन अच्छा है, right? या अगर आप भिंडी खरीद रहे हैं तो कैसे पता है कि भिंडी अच्छी है. So I think these things were just the ways that you were brought up. And on that route, you would pass the famous Lucknow, you know, there used to be a chaat shop. I forget कि उसका नाम क्या था उस दुकान का, लेकिन
बास्केट चाट वो वाली मिलती थी.
नहीं उस जमाने में नहीं. उस जमाने में जो चाट मिलती थी इट वाज जस्ट अ प्लेस जहां पर सिर्फ चाट मिलती थी अमीनाबाद में. उसके बगल में एक जगह थी इसका नाम था प्रकाश की कुल्फी. वी न्यू दैट. नेक्स्ट ये आपको कबाब मिलते थे. एक जगह थी जहां पर आपको निहारी मिलती थी और चलते एक जगह पे आपको जो था वो बर्फी मिलती थी. एंड बर्फी में अगर आप पड़ान की मस्जिद में मदर यूज्ड टू गो ओकेजनली टू सॉर्ट ऑफ जस्ट प्रे, उसके बाहर जो मिलती थी यू नो बर्फी, वो मुझे बहुत पसंद थी. उसका फ्लेवर कुछ अलग था. तो आई रिमेंबर दीज स्मॉल एरियाज एंड थिंग्स. सो you became in Lucknow, you became a gourmet first because food was such an indulgent thing. And my mother had almost this thing of saying that Sundays was a special meal day. So Sunday morning I would go and get jalebi and I would get a little bit of, you know, malai, and we would have jalebi and malai. And my God, you would dunk them. Like, you know, people do Dunkin' Donuts. Hello, Dunkin' Donuts is nothing compared to jalebi and doodh. Right? So it was so much fun. Or my mother used to make this one custard. Even today, when my mother comes, all of 71 years, and I'd be like, please, ever custard bana do. You know, my wife will turn and say, whatever we make for you, know, but it's a mother's thing. And the city. So even now when I go back, this time when I went to Lucknow, I wrote a post on Instagram about it, that the joy of Lucknow is I went to Lucknow. I was only gone for 3 days to meet my parents because the pandemic was on and I thought that they just needed my physical presence. Phone pe to baat hoti thi, lekin physical presence chahiye. So I went there. First day in the evening, I get a message from my friend who was in Dubai at that time, but his family is in Lucknow. Nihari khaoge? I said, यार तुम दुबई बैठे हो, खाओगे? I said, yes, निकी और पूछ. Next morning, his 10-year-old son came with their driver. He went in the morning at 8 a.m. to get nihari. This is Lucknow. Yeah. दोस्ती, देखो दोस्ती यारी, आज की दोस्ती यारी है, I'll call you back, I'll text you, I hope you're doing fine. मेरे लिए वो दोस्ती यारी नहीं बॉस. दोस्ती ये होती है. दोस्ती होती है when you're actually willing to stand with a person through the night. Are you there 4 a.m. emergency friend? ये आई शेयर योर पोस्ट वाली दोस्ती मुझे नहीं पसंद. वो दोस्ती नहीं, बिकॉज इट डजंट टेस्ट यू. जो व्हाट पीपल टर्न इट आर्मचेयर एक्टिविज्म, शेयर कर दिया, ट्वीट कर दिया. नहीं बॉस, डू यू हैव इट टू बी देयर, बी प्रेजेंट. एंड दोज आर द काइंड ऑफ फ्रेंडशिप्स आई ट्रूली value.
Can we explore that further?
Of
because
course. Yeah.
You've shared this story in the past about, I believe you used to stay in Lucknow in a house which didn't have a door, used to have a shutter. And drawing room mein used
Saj,
to
I must compliment you. I often tell people that half the job of a good interview is the research that people do. 99% of people do no research. And they'll come and say, so tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah.
and I have to say, okay, so today I'm in the mood of telling which story. But my compliments because you've really done your homework.
It's not me, don't worry. I outsourced this to a team actually. I didn't do anything. I wouldn't. Time nahi hai. Anyway, so the story that you've shared in the past is that घर में एक तो डोर नहीं है, शटर है, एंड देन यू यूज्ड टू कीप द मोपेड और द स्कूटर इन द ड्राइंग रूम बिकॉज बाहर रखेंगे तो चोरी हो जाएगा. एंड यू क्रिएट दिस पार्टीशन इन द हाउस इटसेल्फ, एंड इन दैट हाउस एवरी वेडनेसडे आई थिंक द होल कम्युनिटी यूज्ड टू कम ओवर टू वॉच चित्रार ऑन दूरदर्शन, राइट?
मतलब पूरी गली पहुंच जाती थी बॉस.
So I feel like this story itself has a commentary on multiple things. One is the simple middle class upbringing, that kind of a house. The second is this, you spoke about the power of community in Lucknow, the friendships that exist over there. And you've also mentioned in the starting about this pluralistic, tolerant India. All three are at display in this story. My question for you is, are you sometimes worried that maybe your kids might not see one or all three of them because
very true,
probably they'll not see a middle class upbringing because you're quite well to do now, or they have not grown up in Lucknow, they won't have that poetry or the sense of community, because Mumbai or Dubai are very different cities and quite big and can be alienating at times as well. That community doesn't exist as such. Or even on the third point, where it feels like culturally we're not as tolerant as we were in the 80s. It seems like we've become a bit too extreme. Do you worry about this thing?
So see, my wife Shaheen actually sometimes does try to tell me, because she's far more practical than I am. I'm far more of a romantic. So she will turn to me and say, "Do not try to replicate everything that happened in your life, because in my head, I had such a perfect childhood in that sense. Because I'm honestly telling you, my parents did more than any parent could do in every way they could. And I am not saying that because I'm sitting where I am today. अगर 100 बच्चे कैंप पर जाते थे और उनको एक यूनिफॉर्म मिलती थी, आई रिमेंबर 2 बच्चे होते थे जिनके कपड़े वापस आते थे कलफ और स्त्री के साथ, कलफ, आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो दैट स्टार्च यूज्ड टू बी पुट ऑन क्लोथ्स टू मेक देम लुक रियली लाइक lovely. So my clothes would come back washed, starched and ironed after having gone for a camp. And I remember Mr. Island, who was he took out those clothes and he said, "This is good upbringing." Those are the things that you became proud of. And honestly, I carry that forward. So what do? Javed Saab, somebody I'm very fond of, and I have the good grace of being in his good books. So so what happens is that मैं उनके साथ एक गाना बना रहा था कोलगेट के लिए, एंड वो गाना भी था मुस्कुराहटें, बच्चों के बारे में गाना था, एंड हम लोग ड्राइव कर रहे थे शूट के लिए. तो my son had just been born. This is 2002. And I was with him and I said, Javed Saab, and what happens is when you're with people you genuinely admire, have you ever noticed you start feeling a little out of oxygen, no? Because
Currently. Tell me about it.
So rarefied atmosphere.
Yes.
तो आप ज़्यादा बात करने लगते हैं, just to fill the dead air, आप ज़्यादा बात कर रहे होते हैं. So I told Javed Saab, I just had a son, हो रहा बहुत मारूंगा. थोड़ा और आगे गए. अब थोड़ा और आगे जा रहे हैं, जावेद साहब बहुत मारते हैं, बिकॉज मैं नकल वकल सबकी करता रहता हूँ. फिर तो ऐसे ही चलते रहेगा. तो ऐसे जावेद साहब, ये मेरा बेटा पैदा हुआ है, एंड आई लुक बैक एंड आई से दैट ही शुड बी समबडी हु रियली रीड्स अ लॉट, एंड उसको अदब होना चाहिए, उसको लिहाज होना चाहिए अबाउट कल्चर, ही शुड बी. आप चाहते हैं कि वो पढ़े? अगर जी सर, आप पढ़िए. समझ में नहीं आया. आप चाहते हैं वो लोगों को अप्रिशिएट करें, आप अप्रिशिएट कीजिए. मैंने ये सुना तो मैंने कहा कि भाई ये कह रहे. तो उन्होंने इतनी अच्छी चीज बोली, कहने कि बेटा, बच्चे एक आईना होते हैं, जो देखते हैं वो ही करते हैं. एंड दिस हैज बीन इन माई हेड ऑलवेज. सो आई लव थिएटर. आई वॉन्ट माई चिल्ड्रन टू लव थिएटर. माई चिल्ड्रन गो टू द थिएटर वेर एवर वी ट्रैवल, एंड आई बाय चीप seats, I buy expensive seats, I try to wangle them into place they've never, and they're like, but that is why they both love theater and they love the stage. When we were in New York, one of my friends said, "Oh, you've got to take the cabs, the subway is too dangerous," and whatever. And I said, no. Why is it dangerous? There are so many people who travel on the subway every day. We will travel in the subway. And my son had done a course. The first day I took him, showed him the first station, made him take a picture. Last station, made him take a picture. Then next day I said, "You're on your own." And he was 16 and my wife was having palpitations. कैसे जाएगा? ऐसे देखो, वो 16 साल का है, वो कर लेगा, इतना मत प्रोटेक्ट करो. And he went. He did it every day. He made friends. That's why he wanted to go to New York to study. And this being a little independent, my daughter and my son had a task whenever we travel, and we travel a lot abroad. But when we travel abroad, earlier days, now they're a little out of control because she's now a teenager, but pre-teens, whatever I could do so we used to say, whoever makes the bed. So one person's task was making the beds, the other person's task was swabbing the floor, jhadu lagana. Now, can we afford a daily maid? Of course I can. Can I afford to upgrade myself to a suite and say, please do up the room? Of course I can. But no. This is a discipline that when they get, they appreciate the smaller things in life. And my daughter used to be like a child. I used to say, whoever does the job better, they get a $1. So I incentivized it. So I do it in my own way. So I don't think that I will. What happens is I cannot replicate that, but I can imbibe the values of it and give it to them. Reading. I tried unsuccessfully to get my children to write essays every time they came back from holidays. I was unsuccessful beyond 2-3 essays. But just the 2-3 essays they wrote, my son writes really well. I think he writes better than anything else that he does. he wants to act and do all that. I said, do what you want. But his writing, I believe, is partially influenced by the fact that I made him write. And this pluralism in terms of people and personality, I think they both have it. Their friend circle, when I see it, is a complete homogeneous mix. I remember once they had a maid or someone who tried to give them a little bit of this "we are Muslims" kind of vibe or whatever. I sacked her the next day. I know no such influence can be in our house because यही चीज़ों से जो होती है दुनिया बर्बाद हो जाती है. And I know when people do it, they do it because unfortunately there are cycles that the world goes through, you know. And this cycle is of tolerism, and suddenly you turn and say, oh my God, I'm not getting anything because of the world being liberal and tolerant. Say, let's go the other way. Let's go dictatorial. Let's go authoritarian. You will do that. You will do that for 30 years. And then suddenly you'll say, oh my God, what did we do? And then you'll go back. And the same cycle will happen. This same cycle happens with many things. And you will notice that, in fact, there's a book which talks about this 30-year cycle. I'm forgetting the name, and I saw it, in fact, a couple of days back, and I said, it's very, very true. Unfortunately, human beings are dumb at heart. We are an animal whose only instinct at the core is to survive. Some of us, I think, become a little more evolved, and we say, no, my instinct is not just to survive. My instinct is to leave behind. My instinct is to build a legacy. And yes, we may die, but the legacy is to live in the hearts you leave behind. The legacy is that when you go and hear a rag, you turn and say, oh my God, क्या ये तानसेन है का राग है? तो अभी उसको आप तानसेन के नाम से जानते हैं. राग कोई भी कर रहा हो. आज आप बिल्डिंग को 100 नाम दे दीजिए. आप उसी बिल्डिंग को कह दीजिए कि ये एक्स रिलीजन की बिल्डिंग थी, नहीं ये वाई की थी, नहीं इसकी थी. वो बिल्डिंग की खूबसूरती वो बिल्डिंग में ही रहेगी. आप उसको नाम जो दे दीजिए. And this is what, so I do think we're going through this highly intolerant, highly authoritarian, highly dictatorial world. You look all around, but it's a cycle. And again, I'm a reservoir of optimism. I always believe कि कुछ अच्छा होगा, तो होगा.
A lot of interesting points you mentioned there. I want to dive into further. When you mentioned that your wife told you don't try to replicate the experience that you had, this ties into my next question, which is based on your movie Always Kabhi Kabhi.
Oh God, yeah.
For those who don't know, so you directed a Bollywood movie, Always Kabhi Kabhi, under Shah Rukh Khan's Red Chillies production company. So
guilty as charged.
in the past, but it was based on this hit play Graffiti, which had starred Gaurav Kapoor, Saira Sahuka, Sameer Kochar, Neha Dhupia. You launched pretty much.
Yeah, that entire lot.
This is
you guys owe me.
Yeah. So when you spoke about the movie, you mentioned that one mistake you made in the past was that you tried to contemporize it. And currently you were talking about replicating experience. So my question for you is, how tough is that line? Because on one hand, it feels like nostalgia can paint a picture that probably did not exist because it was your childhood or the 90s, obviously, in your college days and just coming out of it. So you have this rose-tinted glasses for the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. And how do you differentiate that objectively? And then the second challenge is, and especially for someone who's in experiential marketing and events as well, is that biggest challenge is to make it as adaptable and can make it connect with the most amount of people, make it as modern as possible, make it fresh. So you have these two ends of the spectrum. How do you make that call that maybe this should stay in the era it was in?
Yeah. No, so I think it's a very good question because how does a classic remain a classic, right? And look at it, right? When people have tried to reinterpret a particular film, and it's been done 4 times over, and every time you turn and say, but oh my God, that was better, or this, or my generation's version was better, because it fed into, or it dialed into things that you used to respond to. Now, what happened with the film was exactly this, that in 97, if you went and watched the play, and even today, if I replicated that same script and made it, I'm absolutely certain I would have opened by saying 1997, right? जो छिछोरे ने किया था. Right? He smartly did it. He took you back. Right? When Rajkumar Hirani did 3 Idiots, he again took you into an IIT that was universal. So what happens is that when you're making cinema, you are stuck between the specific and the universal. And most Bollywood, which is star-driven Bollywood, actually tries for the universal. You know, hero की entry ऐसे होगी. वो 2 गाड़ी पर अजय देवगन एंटर करेगा. ठीक है, देखो अभी तक लोगों को याद है, अक्षय कुमार हाथ के बल चल के आया, उसने 50 लोगों को मार दिया, मिथुन ने करा. सो the star system of Bollywood requires you to do universal things that make the star system. You know, there'll be a gesture, there'll be a dialogue, there'll be a look, there'll be a color, there'll be a heroine, a damsel in distress, blah blah. Those were classic tropes,
The template. Yeah.
templates.
Yeah.
And when you try to make something small and something intimate, which is the film I was trying to make, we got stuck in trying to make multiple people's visions. मुझे कभी कभी लगता है कि मेरी अच्छाई मेरे डायरेक्शन के रास्ते में आ गई, इसलिए बिकॉज शाहरुख एंड आई यूज्ड टू सिट एंड ही वुड टेल मी ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं. माय प्रोड्यूसर्स sat and said, you know, Roshan, producers sometimes have far more of a box office पे क्या होगा, box office पे क्या होगा. You know, Roshan, romance चलेगा, ये चलेगा. तो उनके बेचारों को ये होता था. Now, this is where very often a director needs to become a bit of a thing that I find very difficult to be, which is a dictator. It is my way or the highway. तो बहुत राजकुमार हिरानी के बाद मुझे one or two my friends had told me from the sets, संजय दत्त ने बोला था, because Arshad is a good friend of mine. So when they were working on मुन्ना भाई, वो संजय वुड कम एंड डू हो गया, एंड राजकुमार हिरानी वुड टर्न से नहीं, वन मोर. सो संजय दत्त वुड कम एंड डू थिंग्स हिज वे, राइट, बिकॉज दैट वाज संजय दत्त. बट राजकुमार हिरानी वांटेड टू मेक हिम डू व्हाट ही वांटेड, सो ही वुड कीप मेकिंग इट डू टिल संजय दत्त रियलाइज कि जब तक मैं वैसे नहीं करूंगा जैसे राजकुमार हिरानी बोलेंगे तब तक ये मानेंगे नहीं. सो ही एक्चुअली चेंज्ड हिज वे एंड सेड ओके, आई विल डू व्हाट यू वांट. एंड द मिनट ही वुड डू दैट, राजकुमार हिरानी वुड से ओके. सो he learned how to beat down someone's view to make it their view, and look what a beautiful view he has. After the first movie, Sanjay Dutt would never question him again because he said, this man knows what he's doing. Cinema में बहुत ये होता है. Cinema is such a, you know, top of the rarefied atmosphere that when you get to that top, everyone is trying, there's little oxygen and everybody wants it. तो उसमें क्या होता है ना, लोग देखते हैं कि क्या आप अच्छे क्लाइंबर हैं कि नहीं. एक सीनियर एक्टर जो है ना, Satish Shah, again, a person I really admire and love, and he was in my film as well. You know, he turned to me and said that, Roshan, ये पहले दूसरे दिन ना एक एक्टर भाप लेता है कि डायरेक्टर कितना जानता है. So an actor will walk onto set and turn and say, should I stand here or should I stand there? Now the actor knows that this is a better place because of this reason, because they've learnt it in 50 films. A director who's first timer may not know. So they are testing you on that time. And what happened was that I got into my achai mode. I said, no, what Shahrukh is saying is right. तो इस सीन को ऐसा कर देते हैं. Then this scene I'm 100% convinced of, इसको ऐसे ही रखते हैं. इस चीज को ऐसे. So you started, and I often said this, don't try to client service your creativity. Don't try to do that. And now I've become a little bit of a, and I'm sure you'll have to bleep it out, but there's no other way of saying it. You have to be an asshole sometimes. You have to just turn and say, नहीं, ऐसा ही है. क्यों है? ऐसा ही है. क्यों ऐसा ही है. तो ये आपको इतना, बिकॉज यू नो, मैंने एक पोस्ट लिखी थी लिंक्डइन पर, एंड मेनी पीपल रोट बैक टू मी सेइंग, यू नो, व्हाट अ ट्रू थिंग. फ्रैंक कापरा की बायोग्राफी है, इट्स कॉल्ड द नेम अबव द टाइटल. अंशुमन महाले, हु वाज वन ऑफ द सिनेमेटोग्राफर्स ऑफ माय फिल्म एंड अ वेरी डियर फ्रेंड, हम लोग फिल्म की कलर करेक्शन कर रहे थे. एंड मैं इतनी बार स्टूडियो में बैठ चुका था, और कहीं पर आपको ना फीलिंग हो जाती है कि यार ये नहीं हो रहा है, ये नहीं वर्क कर रहा है, ये सीन खराब हो गया, ये क्यों डाल दिया. आपकी दिमाग में इतने स्कॉर्पियंस होते हैं ना, डसते रहते हैं आपको पूरी रात. That process is crazy. And one point I remember that the color correction guy said, you know, this tint or this tint. And I said, जो करना है कर लो यार. And Anshuman turned to me and said, you will never bloody say that. And I was like, यार ये मेरा cinematographer है, और मेरा दोस्त है, और ये मुझे ऐसे बोल रहा है. He says, you realize that the name above the title is yours. कल ये लोग ये नहीं बोलेंगे कि ये इसके कलर करेक्शन वाले ने करा था, वो बोलेंगे रोशन अब्बास ने करा था. और तब तक बहुत देर हो चुकी थी. तो मुझे इतना बड़ा लेसन फिल्म के खत्म होने पे मिला कि अब जब मैं फिल्म बनाऊंगा तो कभी नहीं भूलूंगा. सो व्हिच इज व्हाई आई मीन, यू नो, आई एम स्टिल इंडल्जिंग माय क्रिएटर सेइंग अब जब मैं बनाऊंगा तो ऐसे. बट दैट्स व्हाट हैपेंड. सो इन ट्राइंग टू कंटेम्पोराइज अ नैरेटिव, आई न्यू रियली वेल टू से 10 साल बाद नहीं, या तो उस कहानी को छिछोरे स्टाइल में बताना चाहिए था कि 10 साल बाद, या 3 इडियट स्टाइल में कि 20 साल बाद. वो गलती जो थी, वो मिस्टेक हो गया. अभी भी मुझे जब मैं फिल्म देखता हूं कभी बार, तो मुझे उसमें कुछ सीन ऐसे लगते हैं कि ये तो अभी भी बहुत ही खूबसूरत है, उसमें बहुत बड़ी बात है. अली फजल क्योंकि उस फिल्म में था और मैंने उसके साथ बहुत काम किया, एंड यू नो, अली से मैं वो चीज़ें करा रहा था जो अली शायद जिंदगी में कभी नहीं करना चाहता था, यू नो, रोमांस एंड डांस एंड व्हाटएवर. लेकिन मैं उसके साथ बैठ के वो कहता था, बेटा जिस सिस्टम में तुम आ रहे हो ना उसमें ये सब भी सीख लो ना, तो वो खुशी थी. तो इवन टुडे व्हेन वी मीट, हमारे वो रिलेशन, अब्बा, एंड ऑल ऑफ देम कॉल मी अब्बा, सो आई एम लाइक अब्बा, अब्बा बेचारे जगत गुरु, आ जाओ बेटा, आ जाओ, यू नो व्हाटएवर. बट देयर इज अ जॉय टू दैट मीटिंग, एंड देयर इज अ जॉय टू नोइंग दैट वी ट्राइड समथिंग. Or when I see Zua, and Zua was a girl who it was the first film. She had a lot of thoughts in her head. Kya ho raha hai? Satyajit, all these people. So I really feel that at least in somewhere, I think my talent lies in nurturing talent. So I will continue to do that, and I think that's where everything else happened, and commune happened and stuff. So somewhere I'm very grateful for that experience. But yeah, guilty as charged about the fact of do not try to suddenly take something you know really well and try to contemporize it. I don't believe in that.
It is challenging because, like I mentioned, you might have a very positive outlook of the 70s and 80s because of your childhood. But politically, for India, it was a very turbulent time. Mid 70s, we had the emergency. Mid 80s was the Sikh riots. Terrible periods in Indian history. Very divisive as well. But then when you look back in that decade, of course, those are events that stand out. But your general outlook might have been that, oh, yeah, it's a very favorable time. And then that can affect the tone of the film you make in that period, right? While someone else might make it very differently.
Yeah. So I agree. And you know what happened was that, again, see what happens is, आप जब एक फिल्म में सब चीज करना चाहते हैं ना, तो फंस जाते हैं. वो भी प्रॉब्लम था कि आपको इसमें रोमांस भी डालना है, और आप इसको पैथोस भी डालना है, और आपको इसमें स्कूल का इशू भी डालना है, और आपको इसमें पेरेंट चाइल्ड गैप भी डालना है. तो कभी कभार ना वही वही हो जाता है कि आप बहुत सारी चीजें करना चाहते हैं विद द सेम थिंग, एंड दैट बिकम्स योर प्रॉब्लम. सो अगेन, यू नो, ट्राई पुट योर फिल्म ऑन अ डाइट. है ना, डोंट ट्राई टू मेक इट इनटू 5 कोर्स बूफे, 3 गाने, 4 ये, एक फाइट, एंड यू नो ये सब पुराने ट्रोप्स थे यार. ये सब हम लोगों ने सीखा होता था.
फ्राइडे रिलीज कैसी होगी?
फ्राइडे तो ये कह रहा ना कि भाई फ्राइडे पहले रिलीज तो हो. उसी में लोग फंस जाते हैं कि बस फ्राइडे. एंड सी, लुक एट व्हाट्स हैपेंड. नेटफ्लिक्स हैज कंप्लीटली ब्रोकन दैट. The fact that cinemas have not opened for almost a year plus or whatever, I think, are people going back to cinema halls only for spectacles? They will only go for that mega film that they want to spend that money on. Everything else, habit तोड़ने में इतना 1.5 साल में habit टूट जाती है. अब आप घर पे देखना चाहते हो, यार भाई पॉज कर दो, बाथरूम में आए, चाय बना लेते हैं, बच्चों को भी देख लेते हैं, अगला गाना नहीं पसंद आ रहा स्किप कर दो, अगला वाला बगल में मोबाइल पे बात नहीं कर रहा है. You've changed a social institution that existed for so many years. Spielberg and Lucas were in a conversation at UCLA, and they said this. They said people will come to the personal screen for intimate movies, and they will go to cinemas only to watch spectacles. And I totally agree. You know, I went to see Mortal Kombat because my son and I used to play it as a video game. Loved it because it was this big screen experience. वो लड़ाई भी हो रही थी और ये भी हो रहा था. वो छोटे पे देखता था, मेरे को पसंद नहीं आती. You know, I'm dying to see the new Bond film in that manner, because these are the ways that you want to indulge yourself.
Sanjay Leela Bhansali's movies deserve to be.
Sanjay Leela Bhansali, my God, that shot of Aishwarya running with the sari behind, or I mean, any shot from Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, any shot from even he's a director of, you know, of largesse. Everything is large, right? गाना भी बड़ा है, इमोशन भी बड़ा है, शॉट भी बड़ा है. ना वो तो आदमी तो अलग है, मानना पड़ेगा.
A lot of learnings for making a Bollywood movie. You had mentioned in the past that you wanted to make a movie with Amitabh and Abhishek Bachchan. Is that the same? Always Kabhi Kabhi, or there's a script lying somewhere?
No. The Amitabh and Abhishek Bachchan, my God, oh what a memory. मैं बहुत कुछ लिखता रहता हूँ. You know, so what happens is that एक होता है कि आप concepts लिखते जाते हैं. तो मैं concepts तो लिखता ही रहता हूँ. So I had seen a play called Kinky Boots. And Kinky Boots is about a young man who goes to take over his father's factory which used to make shoes in the UK. And he realizes that nobody wants to buy shoes that are long lasting because consumer की chain हो गई है कि आज जूता खरीदो कल दूसरा खरीद लो types. So when he goes to the shops where his father used to sell shoes, his father's passed away, and he goes to the shop to, you know, sell shoes, and when he shows these shoes to everyone, everybody says, I don't want to buy these shoes because your shoes last too long. तो हमारा profit नहीं होता. तो वो बेचारा जो होता है, he's going back in that play Kinky Boots, and he gets mugged, and the person who saves him is a transvestite, right? So she's a cross-dressing drag queen, and this drag queen saves him, and when he says she has a broken boot, and because she has a broken boot, suddenly they start saying, can we not use his factory to make fashion boots for not just their community but many more people, and that was a musical. So I just felt that at that point in time, this was when I'd seen the play, there was one thought. And the second film that I now remember, because as I said, I keep remembering, oh, which one was it? So this was one idea that I had, because it had the father constantly coming back. And the second was a beautiful film that I have written called Nidar. बहुत बड़ी फिल्म है अनफॉर्चुनेटली. वो फिल्म ऐसी है कि वो सिर्फ नडियाड वाला टाइप बना सकते हैं या बहुत बड़ा स्टूडियो बना सकता है, बिकॉज इट इज़ अ बिग कैनवस फिल्म. एंड अगेन इट्स अ फिल्म विच हैज अ लॉट ऑफ फ्लैशबैक्स. So the older character who's in the present keeps seeing himself in his past. And I said, what a beautiful thing to use Abhishek as the past, the young Amitabh. Right? So he would play the young Amitabh, and Amitabh would be. So it was. So Mr. Bachchan तो भगवान है हम लोग के लिए.
He's watching.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, and I've had such wonderful experiences. The time I spent with him. Just doing one interview. Then after that, I reached out to him. I remember 2 years after that. And he just remembered. He said, no. You know, he was so happy with the interview I'd done the first time that he gave me the second interview. And honestly, the second interview, I don't think I did as good a job as I did the first one. Because in the first one, you know, so much more prepared. And then after that, I went on KBC as a subject expert and whatever. So, you know, just the... he has that... Bachchan साहब का aura, उनका aura है. तो उसमें अगर आप थोड़ा सा भी टच हो जाते हैं, वो बड़ा लगता है कि हाँ भैया सिद्धि प्राप्त हो गई.
When you went for Masscom, I think you were warned कि please Masscom छोड़ के theatre में मत जाना, like one of your seniors, which was Shah Rukh Khan. And you ended up working with him for multiple events, hosted events together, and then your movie as well, you worked with him. What's one thing about Shah Rukh Khan that has really stood out to you over the years that maybe a lot of people might not know?
Shah Rukh is too intelligent for this world. He is amongst the most intelligent people I have met. He is a master business strategist beyond being just a great actor. He's an actor who's trapped by his own image of romance and wants to break it every day, which is why he wanted to do films like Ravan or play the villain, you know, Ram Jane, etc., if you remember.
Dar.
Dar.
Yeah, started with Dar.
So, you know, his passion for what he does is a lot. I do believe that if Shah Rukh spoke a lot more, it would make a much bigger difference, because unfortunately, all of our big stars have felt that they have such a responsibility to the projects that they make, that they have stopped having much of a social role in what they do. And I feel bad, because he's so intelligent, he's so learned, he knows so much. He was the best student at Masscom. The reason why, I mean, this is the folklore of Jamia, was that he wouldn't attend classes because he was shooting for Fauji. तो वो फौजी कर रहे थे, लेकिन जब वो एग्जाम के लिए बैठे ही टॉप्ड. सो द प्रॉब्लम वाज दैट द इन्विजिलेटर सेड, अगर ये ईयर 2 में इसको एडमिशन देते हैं और ये कहता है कि मैं तो पूरे टाइम बाहर था और तब मैं टॉप कर गया, तो हम व्हाट एग्जांपल आर वी सेटिंग? सो दे वांटेड हिम टू साइन अ बॉन्ड सेइंग यू विल गेट टू सेकंड ईयर बट यू कांट डू टेलीविजन और शूट एज एन एक्टर. एंड ही सेड नो, माय करियर हैज बिगन, आई एम लीविंग. सो ही एक्चुअली क्विट आफ्टर द फर्स्ट ईयर. सो व्हेन आई जॉइंड जाबिया, बिकॉज आई वाज डूइंग द सेम थिंग, मैं थिएटर करने चला जाता था, मैं फिल्म नहीं कर रहा था, आई वाज डूइंग थिएटर. And my teacher came and said, देखो जिंदगी पर प्लीज नौटंकी करते रहोगे, तुम क्यों कर रहे हो? Why are you taking someone's seat? You know, that's what they used to say. And I said, no, I enjoy all this. Why do you want me to be this dedicated, I'm going to change the world student? I am a dedicated, I want to have fun student. Right? And it was Jamia, people get very put off, because Jamia, people came with this whole thing that we are going to be filmmakers who will change the world, or we will be, you know, broadcasters who will change the world. And I was like, in my own due course of time, and I do believe I'm doing it now, so I'm happy. But that's what happened at that time. But SRK is many of these actors who have achieved a lot. If you spend time with them, you will understand that they have a deep, deep understanding of human psychology. Some of them who build great businesses have a deep understanding of the commerce of cinema. Right? And they do it. But Shah Rukh knows the Bollywood stars. He knows how to make the big film. You know, if you see Karan Johar, everyone, they struggle when they have to make a small film. बनानी नहीं आती, क्योंकि उनके DNA में छोटी फिल्म नहीं है. और मैं ये दावे से कह सकता हूँ नहीं है. पर आप अनुराग बासु के साथ छोटी फिल्म बनाएंगे, वो बना देंगे, क्योंकि उनकी शुरुआत वहां से हुई थी. आप मधुर भंडारकर के साथ अगर बनाएंगे, आप इम्तियाज, मैं अभी भी कहता हूँ, इम्तियाज इज बेटर व्हेन ही इज गिवन सम कंस्ट्रेंट्स, बिकॉज इन दोस कंस्ट्रेंट्स ही थ्राइव्स.
Like Highway.
हाईवे देख लो, इवन
तमाशा.
मैं तो ये भी कह रहा हूं कि देखो तमाशा में क्या हो गया, एट सम पॉइंट थोड़ा सा आप इंडल्ज हो गए थे.
Yes.
लेकिन बिफोर दैट व्हेन ही डिड सोचा ना था,
Yeah.
और इवन जब
We
भी
met.
यू नो इन फिल्मों में आप आज देखें तो कंस्ट्रेंट दिखता है, लेकिन माई सन, माई डॉटर, वी ऑल सैट एंड वॉच्ड इट अ मंथ बैक बिकॉज वी जस्ट वांटेड टू सी, एंड यू नो a 13-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 50-year-old and a 40-year-old, everybody was enjoying it because the narrative holds, क्योंकि आप उस जोन में हैं जिसमें आपको सब पता है, तो वो बड़ा होता है। तो मतलब इन सब में कुछ ना कुछ एक अपनी माहिरियत है, दे ऑल हैव देयर ओन एक्सेलेंस।
Do you think there's a we have two questions. Okay, let me finish the question on Shah Rukh first. So, what I've heard about him is that he has this innate quality to make you feel very special, like you're the king of the world. When he's talking to you, when he's interacting with you, it feels like you're the most important person
He
in the
also
room.
has the ability to insult you without realizing that he's insulting you. He is so tongue in cheek. I have done a show with him for Pepsi. मुझे अभी तक याद है वो मोमेंट कि मैं तो हाइपर एक्साइटेड, शाहरुख खान का पहला इंटरव्यू था। अब पहले इंटरव्यू मेरे पास बहुत सारे अलग अलग सवाल थे, एंड आई प्रिपेयर्ड लाइक आई प्रिपेयर्ड मिस्टर बच्चन थिंग। तो मैं बैठा हुआ हूँ, तो पेप्सी का शो था, तो पेप्सी ही वाज अ ब्रांड एम्बेसडर। तो पेप्सी टीम से रोशन थोड़ी सी मस्करापन करना ना, डू समथिंग मस्त मस्त विद हिम एंड व्हाटएवर, एंड टर्न एंड से दैट अच्छा शाहरुख, what would you do if I was a Pepsi? Right? So like, and Shahrukh had that evil smile saying, "Tu to phas gaya." So what he did, he just put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Or pass." And he started pulling me towards him, and I'm dying. So अरे पता नहीं क्या कर देगा whatever. But he was like, I mean, he played with me for that 3 minutes, and I was like sitting on stage, and like my heart was like, and I realized that, look at, because I'm trying to put him into a spot, and he turned that entire moment on me. And then there was this thing about tying a pagdi because I think the theme was something like that, and he indulged and he played, and I've done a show with him for ICICI, many shows, and he was so sharp. There is Mr. Kamath, the chairman of ICICI Bank, who the world reveres, and matlab pura hoi polloi, is sitting, everybody is sitting there in their finery, and SRK is sitting and turned and said, I was sitting with Mr. Kamath once, and I asked him saying, "Sir, I love your clothes. Can I have the number of your tailor?" So, and अच्छा, अब कामत से किसी किसी से बात ही नहीं हुई है, but SRK has gone into this trip. Says, I love your clothes. Can you give me the number of your tailor? Hey, but there's only one problem. Says, yeah. Says that, your suits have got no pockets. So Mr. Kamath turned and said, have you ever seen a banker have his hand in his own pocket? Now look at, I mean, the hall came laughing, and Mr. Kamath, who used to be so serious, laughed. I had never seen him laugh, but that is his ability. He can make you feel special. At the same time, आपकी झिड़की भी ले लेता है. Consummate stage performer. एक इंटरव्यू में उसने एक बार बहुत पहले बोला था कि पब्लिक ताली बजाती रह जाएगी, मदारी डमरू बजाता रह जाएगा. He says, बंदर का काम है कि वो सबको एंटरटेन करता रहे, whatever, etc. I think he is very honest when he goes on stage. He's here, I am here to entertain and give you the best time of your life. I am here to make sure that you feel the best you ever felt in your life. And he does it. He absolutely does it.
So many stories to cover.
I can just keep giving you. I'm like, poor Shara just going to turn and say, इसका part 1 and part 2 करना पड़ेगा क्या?
नहीं, part 2 का भी और करना पड़ेगा, because with you it feels like there's so many topics that are still left uncovered, and I have to decide which questions to ask, which not to ask. But in the interest of time, I have to start wrapping up. But one final question before we move on to final questions is, it would be a crime if I don't talk to you about storytelling. And this is a show that was built on stories as well. And one thing I want to check with you is, where do you think the art of storytelling has come from? The original campfire के साथ बैठ के regale everyone with stories to today, the different mediums that exist, and also quick your thoughts on what skills make someone a good storyteller in any form.
Okay. So see, storytelling is as old as the paintings on the caves that were there, right? That was the storytelling. People, मत जाना, जानवर खा लेगा. अगर आग जलाओगे तो शायद नहीं आएगा. Don't step out of your cave when it is dark, right? So that was the first. Stories are used to transmit many things. Morals, education, to entertain, to engage, to empathize. These are all the qualities of stories. And you never remember a person by anything but stories. I can challenge you that if you go back and talk of any individual in your life, कहीं ना कहीं पर उसके बारे में कोई कहानी आ जाती है, right? So it is rightly said that the world does not move on atoms, it moves on stories. And those stories keep passing through years and through legends. Some legends remain with us, right? If you read The Hero with 1,000 Faces by Joseph Campbell, the whole idea of great heroic storytelling, which is any film from Lion King to Superman to Star Wars. In fact, George Lucas dedicated a whole thing to him afterwards because of this book, and this created something called the hero's journey, which are classic ways of telling stories. And from the Odysseus, to our Ved Purans, all of them, to the Dastane Amir Hamza, to Beowulf, these are all classic hero's journeys. So there is a form and a structure to great storytelling which many people don't know. Some people are just naturally good raconteurs. They tell good stories. To tell good stories, you can be interesting, but before being interesting, you have to be interested. Be a sponge, absorb everything, absorb this place, absorb the scenery, listen to the sounds, pay attention to the words, because this becomes the tools that you can use. This is the foliage of the tree. लेकिन पहले ट्री को एक स्ट्रक्चर चाहिए. वो स्ट्रक्चर बड़ा सिंपल होता है. A story has 3 parts, a beginning, middle and end, or it has a protagonist, an obstacle and a goal, or it has a conflict, a setup, a conflict and a resolution. These are the basics I'm telling you. I'm trying to do a 1-minute crash course in storytelling for you. But if you have these right, you will have a good story. Start by just talking, then add a little bit of color, then start understanding what will you leave the audience with. I keep telling people that कहानी में feelings क्या आ रही है बहुत जरूरी है. राजकुमार हिरानी said, मैं हर सीन को काट देता हूं अगर उसमें आदमी हंस नहीं रहा होता है, रो नहीं रहा होता. I do believe that you need scenes in between to create a little bit of a pause, but that too is a great belief. He believes that you are indulging in feelings when a story is being told. So to take a good story from a bad story, you must simply at the end of the story ask the person who was hearing it, did it leave you with something? If it didn't leave you with anything, it's an incident. It's a छोटा सा कुछ हो गया. कहानी नहीं है. कहानी किस तरीके से आपको चेंज कर देती है. कहानी किस तरीके से आप सोचते हैं, यार अगर ये मेरे साथ होता तो क्या होता. You put yourself into the other person's shoes. Ernest Hemingway was once asked in a bar, you write such long stories. छोटी कहानी सुना दो. He said, I can tell you a story in just 6 words. And he took a napkin and he wrote on the napkin just 6 words, which he said, for sale, baby shoes, never worn. Right? Now this is a legend. In 6 words, he makes you think, saying, for sale, baby shoes, never worn. What was it? Did the child die? Did the couple divorce? Did they lose the child due to a miscarriage? Did they have no money? Did they have to give the child for adoption? Look at the number of things you can think, but the feeling will never leave you. Right? So that's the reason for great storytelling. And I think in today's day and age, why is first person storytelling the kind of storytelling we do at Commune, that we encourage people to do, that I teach to people everywhere across the world, is simply because in a world that is so filtered, right? On Instagram, we put up our filtered stories. On Facebook, we put the best moments of our life. On Twitter, we're always ranting, right? On Snapchat also, you're trying to use all these filters and things, TikTok वगैरह. जिंदगी सिर्फ एंटरटेनमेंट ही नहीं है. जिंदगी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, जिंदगी एम्पैथी है, जिंदगी इंडल्जेंस है. लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं पर देयर इज अ डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट नीड्स टू हैपन. एंड ऑथेंटिक स्टोरी टेलिंग brings out that side of you that no one knows, which says you are flawsome. You are flawed, but you're awesome. आप एक हो, right? You are one unique person. You have your flaws. I have my flaws. My stories that work with people are the stories that talk of my flaws. When I tell people about that one day when I went to host a show and I thought I'm landing in a swanky hotel and instead was doing a show in a field, people laugh because they say, देखो इस बड़े आदमी का भी एक दिन था जब ये छोटा उसने फील करा जैसे मैं शायद फील करता हूँ. When I talk about my mother's hospitalization, everybody has this thing of saying, oh my God, even he's been through a personal crisis where he felt that he's helpless. When I tell my radio story about somebody saying you're a liar, I try to tell people that yes, sometimes as creators and presenters, we get carried away with our own God-like image. I used to think I was God when I was on air, and suddenly somebody told me, no, you're human and you lie. And these are the stories that work best because they are honest. I think first-person storytelling is creating a movement, and it's not something I've started. It's been there since time immemorial. I have to doff my hat to the Moth, which is the best organization in the world, which has been doing storytelling, to This American Life on NPR, if you listen to good podcasts, to Invisibilia, to Radiotopia. These are some shows that I follow religiously because इनमें जो कहानी का कहने का तरीका है वो अलग है. I also look at all the people from 2015 who have come to Commune and who have enriched my life, because 2015 में ना मैं 12 to 15 आफ्टर माई फिल्म आई वॉज गोइंग थ्रू दिस क्राइसिस ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस, राइट? एज अ क्रिएटर जब कुछ नहीं वर्क करता आपको लगता है मेरी क्रिएटिविटी खत्म हो गई, आई नो नथिंग, आई एम एन इडियट, आई एम अ फूल, आई वेंट थ्रू दैट फेज. But people came to me, and now those people became my sharing support circle. And Commune is going to be that support circle for every creator. When people ask me, what does Commune do? I tell them, we just try to make every creator be their best version to create a better world. That's it. We will empower you in any way. तुम्हें एक्टर बनना है, हम कोई रास्ता ढूंढेंगे. तुम्हें पॉडकास्टिंग करनी है, हम वर्कशॉप करेंगे. तुम्हें कहानी बतानी है, we will figure that out. Your story is great and it is a film in it, we'll try to connect you with Netflix. We will do whatever we can, because I believe today my life has really come full circle in one part, and today I am a bridge which connects people to possibilities. And that's what I do. And उसी में जिंदगी गुजर जाएगी, अच्छा रहेगा.
Mention some amazing qualities of a storyteller, which are on full display on these YouTube videos, which I encourage everyone to check out. The Blanket, which is about your mother's hospitalization, and about do-it-yourself home, and also the one you spoke about, the radio for all of you who sleep tonight, which was by far the most powerful one, I thought.
I did it yesterday, impromptu, and I can't tell you that I had the same response in Dubai. Everybody, people from different nationalities, a girl who's a Palestinian, an Egyptian, an American, everybody, a Scottish lady, everybody turned to me and said that we could relate, and that's the point. Great stories just transcend any boundaries.
They're that point. And okay, so before I start wrapping up, I would love for you to interpret what we've built with the Lego. I got so involved in your stories that I also didn't build anything, which is a rarity. So what have you built?
I built, I think this is a dinosaur, which I used to once upon a time use a line which used to say, I'm happy to be a dinosaur in my own Jurassic Park.
Right.
Because वहाँ तो मैं खुला घूम सकता हूँ.
Yeah.
And frankly, I believe that उसे आप Jurassic Park कह लीजिए या उसको दुनिया का best entertainment कह लीजिए. Frankly, the world that I live in is just that. I keep roaming around it perfectly. The pink is because it's my wife's favorite color, and therefore there's a little bit of pink in everything that I have. There's a little bit of color in everything that I have because of her. This could also be a ship, as I was saying, that just takes people to possibility. So I was thinking of that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It all ties in.
And if you turned it the other way, it could also be a bridge. थोड़ा सा uneven bridge, but bridge भी हो सकता था.
That all ties in perfectly. Couldn't have planned it better. I'm just going to hide the shit that I made so that no one can see it. Okay, so let's move on to our final quick questions.
Sure.
So first is, what are some books, movies, or people that have strongly influenced in your life that you recommend to other people?
Robin Williams is somebody I used to love from the very beginning, because his belief that everybody has a little bit of creative genius and madness in them is something I do. I watched his performance on the Met on a videotape, which to me was one of the best a man alone in an auditorium filled with thousands of people keeping you riveted. That's my dream, that one day I can do that just by myself. And he wasn't doing stand-up comedy, he was doing a commentary on life. So Robin Williams always. Mr. Bachchan, for the fact that he is always the most professional person on a set. पीछे कुछ भी हो रहा हो, फर्स्ट पर्सन ऑन सेट, ऑलवेज ऑन टाइम. वॉइस ओवर कराना है तो आपको मॉर्निंग वॉइस चाहिए, इवनिंग वॉइस चाहिए. आप लेवल ऑफ डिस्कशन देखेंगे ना, आप इतना छोटा फील करते हैं कि एक आदमी इतना कुछ करने के बाद भी इतना इन्वॉल्व है, इतना एंगेज्ड है. Elton D'Souza, my vice principal who taught me, as I said, he was the best teacher I could have asked for. Best teacher. He unlocked so much potential. My parents, because I talk about them always, because आदमी के जो इखलाक होते हैं, your upbringing shows in what you do. It's only my parents that comes through. These are some of the people who've really influenced me in a way. Some of the books that I really enjoy, Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, for any performing artist, any kind of artist, is a book worth reading, going over. The Fountainhead, when I was growing up, because Ayn Rand, I think, also changed my life in some strange way, because while she was talking of objectivism, which was a little away from my belief of being, I'm a lot more socialist in my belief otherwise, but somehow Ayn Rand influenced me because of the way she wrote and the characters she had made. I think a lot of business books, because I read a lot. I read 4 or 5 books simultaneously at times. So I'm always got something new to read. Guy Kawasaki, with a lot of his books that he has written. He was the chief evangelist for Apple before. Great books. There was There were a couple of other books that I think this is a fair number for people to look at just now. Um, in theater, I used to love reading the works of Peter Shaffer, where I have read everything from Equus, to black comedy, to a play that I unsuccessfully tried to do in college days. I remember, which was called Privateer and Public Eye. Uh, I think it was Peter Shaffer. If not, I'm a little old, so forgive me for that. Um, as inspiration, all the podcasts that I mentioned, apart from Amit Verma's podcast, The Seen and the Unseen, 3 to 5 hours of the best interviews you can possibly hear, done beautifully. Um, and these are just some of the things that I love. In terms of cinema, um, I can go back and watch Shawshank Redemption 100 times. I can possibly go and see a film that there's a director called Tom Tykwer who has done Run Lola Run. He has done a movie called Perfume, and he did a film called The International. And somehow The International, it didn't do so well because the end was a little, for people it was like, अरे इतना कुछ करने के बाद ये हो गया types or whatever. But I don't know, something about that film, just even today, the way it was stylized, the way it was shot, the music, the performances, all of that really appeals to me. On television, currently we're watching New Amsterdam and enjoying it because I find it to be a little fun, and Anupam Kher is in it, which is it's just nice to see an Indian character doing so well. I do enjoy that, and I'm a bit of an indulgent chef sometimes. So sometimes I watch some MasterChef, and had the pleasure of meeting those people. I trained the pasta chefs for India, so I've done lots of crazy things. So इसलिए सब में बहुत कहानियाँ हैं, but these are a few of my favorite things. I'm sure I'm forgetting many more, and I'll be killed for it later. But these are some of the things
I
that
think
I
it's a
really
great
enjoy.
list already. Okay, in 2001 on Face to Face with Karan Thapar, you said that you have
But that was me, the fat one.
you have an Oscar speech within you. So what I want to check is, can you share the first 15 or 20 seconds of that Oscar speech?
I want to thank God for giving my parents that one private moment where they could create me, and the world so many public moments that they shared with me.
And for the rest, we're going to wait for the Oscar, which is going to come at some point. For sure.
Yeah, no harm in hoping. And as I said, I'm an eternal optimist, and I genuinely believe that now I am really peaking as a creative person. I'm genuinely feeling that I am really at one with the universe. The author of Eat, Love, Pray has a beautiful TED talk where she talks about the muse and how the muse goes through you. And she talks of how when Spanish dancers are dancing, they're going ole, 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 ole. And she actually says that they're actually almost trying to talk to God at that time. I really feel that if the God of creativity is somewhere, right now I am closest to his or her ear, and I am listening very intently.
Your mother says you timed your birth to perfection because both you and Akbar the Great were born to the sound of the azan. So in that vein, what would you like your legacy to be like?
I genuinely feel that मैं इस अकबर वाली चीज़ से बहुत मजाक करता हूँ. So I often tell people that when I do commune and stuff, I often tell people, I said, मैं अकबर का कोठी तो बना रहा हूँ, नवरत्न ढूंढ रहा हूँ. Really?
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you, when I meet a Kausar Munir, and she's such a brilliant poet and my friend, and one day I'll receive a message in the morning when I'm down and out from a little quote from her. What a great, rich life to have. To have Gaurav Kapoor, who's like a younger brother to me and whatever. But a person who many, many years ago, I didn't discover. Obviously, Gaurav is just too talented, but we spend so much time together. Or when I have a poet like Megha Rao, who started as this, she's a small 20-something girl from a small city down south, but on Instagram, one day I wrote to her saying, your poems are wonderful. Can we put them up on Commune? And I knew she's another city, and she changed cities and came to Bombay. And today she's a podcaster, a poet, does her own workshops. Nothing gives me more satisfaction. Rakesh Tiwari was a BPO worker who used to be a Hindi poet at night. उसने हमारे साथ perform करा. Zakir gave me the privilege of hosting him and doing that lovely interview with him in our first Spoken Fest. Many people supported it. So I really feel that somewhere I'm living that legacy by genuinely building this platform for unique creators, unique creatives, coming across the best people in my life, Ankur Tiwari, Tess Joseph, my entire team at Commune. I'm 50. The next person in commune after me is 34. The next person is 26, I guess. तो मैं तो पूरा एज एवरेज बढ़ा देता हूँ, लेकिन विद दीज रियली यंग क्रिएटर्स हु आई ओनली टेल देम वन थिंग, आई से नंबर वन, डोंट सफर माय बुलशिट, एंड दे कॉल आउट माय बुलशिट, बिकॉज़ देयर आर टाइम्स व्हेन आई गेट ओवर इंडल्जेंट एंड से नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होगा, एंड आई एम एब्सोल्युटली ओके विद इट, बिकॉज़ दे रन द प्लेस, दे हैव टू लर्न टू रन द प्लेस, एंड दे हैव प्रॉब्लम्स एंड दे हैव फाइट्स एंड दे हैव इश्यूज, बट लाइक एन इंडल्जेंट पेरेंट, आई हैव, एज आई सेड, वो अब्बा जो मेरा नाम है ना, तो वो अब्बास में से ऐसा हट के जो अब्बा रह जाता है, मैं हर जगह पे वही बन जाता हूँ. तो that's what I have done. And really, the legacy of being a great teacher, great mentor, and hopefully a person who really tried to connect people to their possibilities. My mailbox, Shalaj at times, and ऐसे ऐसे दिनों पे होता है ना, I was very depressed during the pandemic one day. Something had gone wrong. Something had questioned my integrity on something. I'm very, very conscious of these things. And that day in my inbox, there was an email from someone which turned and said, "Hi, I just wanted to write to you that 3 years ago you had come to IIM Shillong, you had said this thing, and today I'm doing this because of you." मेरे लिए वो बहुत मायने रखती हैं वो चीज़ें. तो वो उन चीज़ों से शायद ज़िंदगी आदमी ऐसे जी सकता है.
It is a great legacy to have, and everything I read about you in researching for this episode, you came across as a man magnanimous in personality and someone who's only helped people throughout his entire career, and I think history will be very, very, very kind to you in that respect.
I hope so
My
too.
final question for you, Mr. Roshan Abbas, is what is the meaning of life?
I think the meaning of life is to break out of this cycle of only hoping to exist and survive, right? We were taught that all cells, whether they're human cells, animal cells, insects, or viruses, are only trying to survive. How do they survive? They have a fight or flight syndrome, or very simply, and again, somebody told me this saying that every species has only got one job, which is to eat, reproduce, die. So that जैसे ही reproduce कर दिया आपने, next generation ला दिया, आपका काम खत्म हो गया. चाहे वो बी हो, चाहे वो कैक्टस हो, चाहे वो फ्लावर हो, चाहे वो डेजर्ट हो, चाहे वो आप हो, चाहे मैं हूं. अनफॉर्चुनेटली इस साइकिल में एवरीबडी इज स्टक. I think the meaning of life is to, at some level, become absolutely comfortable with the fact of saying that your job is not to just survive. Your job is to create. Your job is that first atom in the universe that said, I want to create something. And that's when all this happened. That's our job. And the day we discover how to do that, that's the meaning of life.
Beautifully put. The meaning of life is in creation. Thank you so much, Roshan. If people want to connect with you online, in person, come for one of the events in commune, you're in Dubai now as well, where can they do so?
So I'm absolutely accessible to people on my Instagram handle. I'm Roshan1970. On Twitter, I'm Roshan Abbas. On LinkedIn, also I'm Roshan Abbas. And frankly, my email is also something I often, people sometimes message me on Insta, etc. saying, where can we write to you? I said, थोड़ा काम कर लो. मैं कम से कम 10 बार सोशल मीडिया पे अपनी ईमेल आईडी बोल देता हूँ. लेकिन because everybody is here, even now I will still say it. If you have to connect with me, send me a mail that gets my interest. Don't send me resume. Don't send me something which is ungrammatical. I'm sorry. If Hindi is your first language, Urdu is your first language, उसमें voice note डाल दो, मुझे problem नहीं है. But don't pretend to be who you are not, and then just send me a mail telling me what you want. What are you seeking? What are you looking for? How can I help you? My name is Roshan Abbas, and therefore my email ID, if you can guess, is Roshan Abbas. My year of birth 1970 @gmail.com.
Very unique. Okay. Roshan, thank you so much. It was an honor talking to you.
Thank you, Sharaj. I hope you do really, really well. It's wonderful to see the way you've done this, the setup you made, the little that I got to know about you with your whole inclination to artificial intelligence and robotics. And then in the middle of this, there is this creator you. I hope that you find what you're looking for. And if in any way me or commune can help, we're there.